Ginny smiled to herself. I guess you both have a sleep timer. Ginny's eyes flicked up toward the front of the house. She thought she heard something over the wind. Seeing nothing but the faint orange light against the blinds, she surmised that was only the neighbors returning from the fall festival. Ginny had all but forgotten about the festival, her sister, and trick-or-treating. Things had changed, and now she just hoped that Bree's dad wouldn't be mad at her for using up so many diapers, and that she hadn't broken the VCR. The older girl's eyes began to droop, and this bothered her. She figured the movie must have been much longer than she originally thought. But, as indicated by the solid red numbers on the front of the VCR, it was 11:34 at night. That seemed reasonable to Ginny, who decided that the late hour was a good enough explanation for being so tired. Another gurgle came from the younger girl. Ginny hoped she hadn't given Bree too much candy, but she was too drowsy to remember why that was important. With a sigh, she drifted off to sleep. Bree woke, suddenly aware that everything was black, and something was not right. She felt Ginny's body against her back, and remembered where she was. Across the room, bright red numbers read the time. Bree found this odd, as she could have sworn the VCR had a green display that constantly blinked, a feature she only remembered because of how annoying it was. She had heard Ginny crashing around by the TV after her diaper change, but she didn't know what happened. However, the VCR was the least of her worries. Her stomach, it would seem, had not agreed with the amount of chocolate that she had eaten. After trying unsuccessfully to prove that she was responsible, she at least wanted to prove wrong the claim that she couldn't handle eating a large amount of candy. Sadly, the rest of her body was not on board with the idea, and protested with loud gurgling. Her insides shifted, and her previous discomfort suddenly became an urgent need. She had to get to a bathroom very soon. Ginny's arm fell across the younger girl, and Bree was confronted by a new dilemma. She really needed to get up, but doing so would wake up Ginny. This was a problem because Bree feared that Ginny expected her to act like a baby. After all, she had already wet her diaper, gotten it changed, and then pretty much demanded that Ginny not leave her alone. Bree couldn't bear to think of how childish it would be to wake someone up because she had an upset stomach from too much candy. Her gut rumbled again, signaling the end of the argument. She needed to get up. But Ginny tightened her grip around Bree, who could hold on no longer. With a quiet groan, she prayed that it wasn't too loud, and that Ginny wouldn't wake up. A slimy mess rushed out of her, spreading rapidly in the seat of her diaper. The sudden intrusion caused her diaper to bulge, crinkling as it did so. Bree sighed with momentary relief, but a new onslaught of spasms sent more runny slop into her already soiled padding. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she did her best to keep them from running down her face. Babies cried when they needed their diapers changed, and Bree wasn't a baby. Unfortunately, tears weren't the only thing threatening to leak. Bree could feel the horrible, gooey mess sliding down, gathering at the leg cuff of her diaper. She rolled onto her back, hoping the mess wouldn't leak if it was spread evenly. Her sudden motions jostled the older girl, waking her up. Unaware of this, Bree now lay on her back. Another cramp hit her and she pushed, piling more mess on top of the last. This time, it was followed by a large amount of gas, which gurgled loudly as it escaped into the back of her nearly overfull diaper. "Bree?" Ginny asked. Bree said nothing as tears streamed down her face. "Are you awake, Bree?" Ginny queried again, aware that the younger girl had changed position. Despite her best attempts, a tiny whimper snuck between otherwise silent tears. Ginny caught the smell with an audible sniff. "Bree." More whimpers became noticeable, as the 8-year-old realized that she was discovered. "Bree." Ginny repeated with gentle sympathy. Bree could no more hide her tears than the stench that emanated from her lower regions. She felt Ginny's hand on her chest. "It's okay, Bree," Ginny soothed. "Do you want me to clean you up?"